What is going on to you, Aquarius, out here? Hope y'all are having a great day. So, for you, Aquarius, you have the Raven and you have the Beyond Words. I told you I was going to use a new tarot deck. So, look, had to get this, saw it, was in love with it, had to get this tarot deck. It's actually unique, it's Oracle, and it's only about 48 cards. So, it's going to challenge me. And the Raven and the Beyond Words right here represents ravens are birds. Ravens are basically very spiritual, very sacred in certain cultures, because they bring omens, right? Like all birds do. But what makes them different is the fact that they are thought to be bad luck, but in actuality, it's good luck. So the Beyond Words right here represents for you, Aquarius, all those difficulties that you've had to go through, specifically when it comes to matters of the heart, friendships, people that you may have loved, people that should have given you respect, but didn't, especially, I want to say within 1 to 2 years. It turned out to be a blessing in disguise. And the whole Beyond Words thing, right, represents, again, the way that you're benefiting now is beyond words. It's not something that you can always particularly use that vocabulary, of yours to actually express, because it's so good the vocabulary isn't even going to really do it justice. It's not. And so the thing about it is that then you have Only Love Remains, which I've been telling y'all for weeks about how it is that, at the end of the day, people can say whatever it is that they want to. Talk is cheap, and that what truly matters is the family that you have and essentially what it is that you've built. I talked about this again. Talk is cheap, right? What actually happens, right, when it's time to actually do something that a person's been talking about and they freeze? They can't be taken seriously until they either just stay away, right? Because now they've been found out as faking it, or they will basically do everything they can to really be about this, because of the fact that they weren't prepared the first time, or they weren't prepared the previous time. So I'm saying all that to say that Only Love Remains speaks to what it is that I was talking about the fact that when you have some people around you in your life that's being disruptive, and all it is that they want to do is give you a hard time, it's good to have enemies in the sense that those sometimes will be the people that challenge you, but it's not a very good thing for you to have too much enemies to the point where it's like you're by yourself and you're just literally on an island by yourself, and you're just talking to somebody and it just seems like they're into you, but then not really, and then they betray you, and then now you feel like the walls is closing in, the world is a much smaller place, because it just seems like nobody that you talk to is doing right by you, right? But then at the same time, so many people are acting like they actually have love for you, right? So I'm saying all that to say Only Love Remains. You have done the work. You've gotten rid of all of the weirdos that's in your life, and you, by standing up to them, if you see that a person is a hard head, if they're not any kind of if they're just a passing associate, like, hey, what's going on, but you just kind of pass them. It's not something where it's like it's on the job or at home or something truly personal or private to you. You don't have to associate yourself with those individuals. And so you can just essentially leave them alone and cut them off for good, right? Just stop rocking with them at all. Go radio silent. But if it's people that you've known, whether it's family members, supposed friends, romantic interests, they have to either get right or get left. If they don't start doing right, you will have to end up leaving them, because, and a lot of you Aquarius basically have had to really speak up, because y'all know I don't hold back here on this channel. Y'all know I got to give it to y'all for real so that y'all can step your game up, because I'm stepping my game up just like y'all are. So I'm not exempt from that. So I'm saying all that to say that, sometimes you Aquarius can be lackadaisical when it comes to, like I said before, friends that you know good and well yourselves, deep down inside, that these people are disappointments, because these people will be in your life and being total disappointments. But then you've had a history of accepting them back. And see, the thing is that, so now that you've shown, because now you have inner strength, right? So what this is showing is that now that you Aquarius have actually shown some of that inner strength that you have had outwardly, now a lot of people have to essentially get right, because now it's a sense of, if they don't do right by you, you will leave. You don't have to be around them. You don't have to hang around. You don't have to be around them. You don't. So, they're gonna have to, and what that did is that put them in a position where they kind of had to calm down their ego, because it's like, when people like to make it seem like they too big for their own drawers, and it's like, listen, if they don't knock it off, they're gonna be in a position where, if they don't knock it off or whatever, they gonna be without you. And so now only love remains, because only the people that's going to be rocking with you the long way, profoundly, you're going to accept them to be around you. If you Aquarius observe after a little bit that these people are not really for you, then you Aquarius will excommunicate them. So everybody has to be on code. Everybody got to be on point. And this is why you got only love remains, because everybody is on code now. Your family members are on code. The ones that you decided that have your back, they are on code. Your friends, the ones that you decided to keep, they are on code. They better actually have your back. They better be working towards something. They better have a mind of their own. Because that used to stress you out. You trying to give knowledge to maybe an acquaintance or not so tight of a friend, but you known them a little bit, and again, like zombies, going in one ear out the other. But now a lot of you Aquarius are not wasting your breath. You have a lot more energy. These people, they enjoyed you telling them some knowledge without them actually ever doing any of that stuff, but they just like the conversation and the attention of it, which is stupid. So things are getting, like I said, things are great for you Aquarius, and it's only getting better. Then you have Beyond the Veil, which represents how this is something that was meant to have essentially happened for a very long time, right? So I guess this would be the equivalent of like the transition or the unalive card, right? Obviously, which is like, it's something that you Aquarius, this change was something that you really couldn't have avoided, because if you would have, the longer you would have avoided it, is the more it would have drove you up a wall. It would have degraded you. It would have made you worse. It would have weakened you if you didn't become this type of way, where it's like a lot of you Aquarius are like, look, you in or you out. You rocking with me, or you not. If you're not, stop wasting my time. Because you, honestly speaking, you have to get that way sometimes. A lot of the times, people don't like it, when I talk this type of stuff, they want it to just be positive and all of that crap. And it's like, listen, there's two polarities, positivity and negativity. Stop it. We got to knock it off with this only positive crap. Because what do you see with people who talk about they light workers? What do you see with people who talk about they only with this positivity stuff? What do you actually see? What you see is a group of individuals that are mentally ill. You see a group of individuals who are out of their rockers, who just seemed very whacked out. These are individuals, right, for the most part, who don't really know how to actually gauge or understand what's going on in the way that things work. These are people who who severely lack street smarts, meaning smarts that they can apply, and they're just delusional all day. Tell me if I'm lying. I'm not saying that there's no such thing as a real light worker, but the vast majority of people who talk about their light workers are in fact zombies, because because the people who talk about this only positivity thing, let's call it what it is. They only want you to concentrate on things that are not challenging to you so that you don't grow, because they don't want to be held accountable. The Beyond the Veil card represents, this is something that you couldn't have avoided. You are either going to hold yourself accountable for the dysfunctions, the dysfunctional people that have been entering into your life, that you allow, keyword, allow to stay in your life, or you were going to spiritually get drained, and it would have been your fault because you have the power to get them out. Life, blood, and light the darkness right here represents, because again, just as it suggests, they were draining you. They were leeches. They were parasites to begin with. They were essentially just trying to get you as stressed as you possibly could be, just so that you can give these goofballs some attention. And see, the thing about it is that the light, the darkness right here represents, yet again, you created your own light out of that darkness. You forged your own path out of that darkness. The light that you have now is because the things that are good that is happening for you is because you made it happen. You set this forward. Then you have forever yours. The relationships that you have and you are building now, or you have, or with the significant other, the two of you, if y'all play y'all cards correctly, two of you could last a lifetime. It's up to y'all, okay? And then you have Gothic Prayer and Awaken Your Magic. Now, a lot of people don't talk about this, but Gothic people are actually Catholics or Christians, because one of the ancient, or one of the I should say, not known names for Romans is Visigoths, where you get the term Gothic from. So Christian. The point that I'm trying to make here, and there's nothing wrong with it, whatever, right? Whatever it is that you're into. The point that I'm trying to make here with that is, you're hoping that this type of stuff, this life that you have doesn't end. It's not like things fall apart where all of a sudden it's like people in your life now, all of a sudden they're at each other's throats, they're at your throat. And the things that Awaken the Magic represents, that is up to you, right? The owl represents a bird that can see in the darkness. So it's saying that you, Aquarius, have become this owl. It's up to you to understand that. This is why I love owls, because owls is owls is an amazing animal if you study it, right? It's a little bit creepy, but still it's amazing, because owls is also one of the birds that, wizards and spellcasters use. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that it's up to you. It's literally up to you. Awaken Your Magic represents how, this thing will become as good as you want it to be, based upon your ability to keep your mind open, understand problems when they, understand problems as they come, and just continue to adapt and get better, right? Wisdom comes from knowledge and experience lived. So it's up to you. As far as your life tearing down, it's only going to get better from here. Let's clarify Awaken Your Magic. Judgment, Chariot, King of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, and then you have the Star card, which represents to To clarify, awaken your magic. So these 3 cards right here represents, once again, whether your lifestyle, your amazing lifestyle, is going to end is up to you. The owl is a bird that can see in the darkness, and the owl moves quietly. So what it's also saying is, move, like I've been saying, move quietly. Don't be running around and telling everybody and talking so much about how great things are for you. Because you do have some people who, you know, who say that they're religious and all of that and act like they pray, but then they wishing all this bad stuff happened to you. Now you got to understand, if a person is saying that they connected with the divine and everything like that, right, and they're from a religious standpoint, that means that they pray. There's no way that the divine source is going to allow someone to pray for another person's downfall. Think about what I just said. So that means that by definition, they have to be doing magic, right? Which is supposed to be oxymoronic from the prayer thing. Because how on one hand you going to call yourself religious, but then you getting into a spiritual act like that? So are they religious or are they not? Because if they're practicing magic, right, from that standpoint, that means that they're heretics to their own art that they proclaim that they're practicing, which is the religion. Again, I'm not bashing religion. I'm just saying that you don't run around and tell everybody, especially people who are jealous-hearted, with your knowledge or without your knowledge, right, of them being jealous-hearted. Just keep things on the low and handle your business, regardless of whatever it is, as quietly as you possibly can. And only the people who know you are people who are going to be there as you handling your business. Other than that, once again, don't publicize this stuff, yo. I don't. Now again, y'all gonna do whatever y'all want, but I'm just making my suggestion. If you can afford not to, do not publicize this stuff. Just be as hidden as possible. Move it, because the owl is one of the quietest birds in the world when it flies. Like, it has specialized wings where it's like, because I was studying it, the owl and stuff like this. The owl literally doesn't make a sound when it flies. Like, you can't hear it, right? A pigeon makes all kind of sounds. Hawk makes kind of sound because of its wings. Sometimes it may scream or shriek, but the owl is one of the only animals that may scream or shriek before it flies, before it takes flight or flies. And then after as it's flying, nothing whatsoever. You don't hear anything. So the Knight of Swords and the Star card right here for you, Aquarius, represents how you also have some people who wishes that they were you, or someone that was in your family or your friends or your crew or the people that your social circle, because they're upset at the fact that they can't be. So again, to make things as easy as possible on yourself, Aquarius, keep whatever it is that you're doing on the low. The only time you're supposed to be out here making noise or making waves is when this stuff is strategic. It's supposed to help you get to a point where you could potentially, publicize what you got going on so you can draw attention to it so you can get business or something like that. Other than that, please keep your mouths shut. That's it. I'm trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 100K subscribers. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. There's a link in the comment section below where you click on it and it will take you to a website where you can get my books, tarot reading, birth chart readings, my merch. Go ahead and get any one of those so I can keep the channel going. Appreciate you.